The White House just announced the solution for our economy. And wouldn't you know it, it is not their fault. No, it's not at all, folks. Just because they printed trillions of dollars and continue to push out money to God knows where, to whichever is their favorite country outside the United States, the high inflation that you and I continue to feel on a daily basis is not their fault. So what's the solution? Are you ready for this? 4 more years. I'm serious, guys. And if you ask them about our economy, they're going to tell you it's all rainbows and ponies.
How would you characterize the economy today?
Sandra, the job creation is at a record high. Let's just look at some basic facts. Since the president has come into office, almost 14 million jobs created. Now, 70% of those are jobs that were recovered.
Can I just get in there? Because I try not to interrupt, but created is a very interesting word. Can you tell me what specific policy under this president created those jobs?
Yes, I actually can. The American Rescue Plan, which put in money into infrastructure and into helping people stay employed in small businesses. The infrastructure bill, which has led to a boom in construction jobs. The CHIPS Act, which has led to a boom in manufacturing.
The reason I ask is because a lot of that was a rebound from the COVID pandemic, correct?
70% of those jobs were recovered from the COVID pandemic. I'm acknowledging that. But here's the point. You know, it was recovered within 2 years because of the American Rescue Plan. We could have been in a Great Depression. Give the president credit for the recovery and the creation of new jobs.
You know what the funniest thing is here? And no offense to the congressman, but the basic facts are just way too basic. And it's refreshing to see how he was corrected about creating jobs when more than half of it were just recovered from the pandemic. So, the pandemic, slip of the tongue there. So maybe they're focused on detailed facts rather than, giving us the most basic stuff like gas is so much cheaper compared to last year when it wasn't even $2 in some cases, some areas back in 2020. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys get what I'm trying to say here. And to be frank, this isn't hating. These are based on facts that you and I are very much aware of. But sure, the economy is doing better for them, right? However, the communications director for the Biden-Harris campaign has said that he's aware of the struggle of the American people. Finally, somebody who gets it, right? So this guy, Michael Tyler, said that the MAGA extremism is stopping this administration from doing everything it can to help the American people. So his advice to folks who continue to work multiple jobs or are struggling to get by month after month is to vote for Joe Biden because they need another 4 years to get this economy back on track. I don't know. Wait a second. Come again? So he's saying, and I want to be very clear about this here, just so I can get this 100%. He's saying that the reason why the economy is screwed up right now, and sorry for the language, but yes, it is in the dumps. The reason for this is because it takes more than one term to fix the problem. Am I getting the message right here?
And there's something dangerous happening in America now. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. The MAGA movement. Not every Republican, not even a majority of Republicans adhere to the MAGA extremist ideology. I know because I've been able to work with Republicans my whole career. But there's no question that today's Republican Party is driven and intimidated by MAGA Republican extremists. Their extreme agenda, if carried out, would fundamentally alter the institutions of American democracy as we know it. Here is what you hear from MAGA extremists about the retiring Patriot General honoring his oath to the Constitution. Quote, he's a traitor, end of quote. In times gone by, the punishment, quote, in times gone by, the punishment would have been death, end of quote. This is the United States of America. This is the United States of America. And although I don't believe even a majority of Republicans think that, the silence is deafening. The silence is deafening. Hardly any Republican called out such heinous statements. We should all remember, democracies don't have to die at the end of a rifle. They can die when people are silent, when they fail to stand up or condemn the threats to democracy. When people are willing to give away that which is most precious to them because they feel frustrated, disillusioned, tired, alienated. It's up to us, the American people. In my view, the more people vote, the more engaged the whole nation becomes, the stronger democracy will be. So the answer to the threats we face is engagement. not to sit in the sidelines. It's to build coalitions and community. To remind ourselves there's a clear majority of us who believe in our democracy and are ready to protect it. History's watching. The world is watching. And most important, our children and grandchildren will hold us responsible.
You know what? I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you guys think, and I just want you guys to be totally objective here, whether you like Biden or not, okay? Do you think that voting for President Biden again and to have him in the White House for another 4 years is the solution for our economy and all of our financial troubles? Comment a quick yes or no down below in the comment section down below. And while you guys are at it, smash the like button for the video. Let's get this video out to more people who absolutely need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications, because I've been getting these messages and comments lately talking about how they've been mysteriously unsubscribed from the channel. I wonder why. So anyway, let's talk about one of the signs that we're seeing these days that shows exactly what's happening to a lot of households here at home. And while they're never going to recognize it, you and I are very much aware of just how much debt some Americans are holding on their credit cards. Debt that, well, I'm afraid not a lot of them will be able to pay off. In fact, delinquencies are expected to hit highs, something that no one's going to be proud of.
Especially with credit cards, we're seeing delinquencies rise, especially among subprime folks, along with that debt rising. And what it seems to me is that even though people are generally handling their business pretty well, it just feels like there are a lot of people who are not that far away from really struggling, who may be a job loss or a medical emergency or something like that, away from really having some struggles. So it's a difficult time to know.
Do you guys think that people here in the country are handling their business, or in this case, their expenses pretty well? Because I don't know about you, but if a person feels as if they're going to struggle from one medical emergency, then no. People are not handling their business very well. And it's not like they don't want to, you know? Just to give you an idea as to the brilliance of this economic plan from the government, I have a few numbers that will probably shock you. So compared to 2022, when it was reported that 22% of Americans reported having either $100 or less in their savings account, we're now at a time where 32.9% of Americans are saying the exact same thing. I mean, that's just a year, man. I mean, how far have we come? And like, we're progressing backwards at this point if there's more people who are continuing to say that they don't even have $100 in their bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? But of course, this is the average. But it's an incredibly terrifying thought to think that these numbers exist. And just to kind of put the nail in the coffin when it comes to all this talk about delinquency, let's talk about the amount of debt that's out there that are transitioning into some serious delinquency. As you guys can see, you've got student loans. That was expected, of course. You got credit card bills, mortgages, auto loans. And I mean, the trend is just going to continue going up because they're not taming inflation. And at the same time, interest rates are going to be kept higher for longer. That's a mix that's certainly not going to help a lot of Americans in 2024. In fact, some predict that they're not announcing a recession for 2024. They're probably going to be announcing the next Great Depression. Now, I don't want to be the only one talking on this video. I want to hear from you guys, because you guys are the ones that know about your situation. And heck, if any of you are actually seeing a completely different America from the one that I'm showing you guys with all these different numbers and data here, then please feel free to share them down in the comment section down below. Before I go, I want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one.